Hello there, social media world. Right, I thought mainly because it was like action packed and exciting yesterday, and I should do it more often because I go to the home games. I'm going to talk about Broxburn Athletic, football club. Only about 6 minutes away from where I live on a bus, the next again town. Right, so anyway, yesterday it was free all, and I started going properly when lockdown lifted off and you could go places and that. So Peg Twonk's son said come with me one day, and back then I just paid individually for gone in each time. And then at the end of that season, I got a season ticket. So this is my third season with a season ticket. Yeah. Think anyway. It's either three, 2.5 or 3. But anyway, so Albion Park, which is just like literally a tiny wee car park away from a bowling club in Broxburn. And it's just a stone's throw away, just across the road and then up a tiny wee bit for Aldi, the shop. And I go there every home game, or try and go there every home game. But I just didn't like it when the dark nights when they have a game at 7:45 at night, because in the winter time it's already dark before kick off. Didn't really mind it in the summer, but anyway. So, anyhow, they had a manager last season, or halfway through this season, I think it was, but whenever it was anyway, he had to leave because his wife was unwell, and we've got a guy called John Miller, or Miller, or Maller, Milar. But anyway, yesterday when it was 3-3, it finished, right? But halfway through the match, maybe with about like 25 minutes to go or something, it was accumulating, saying things to the ref and the linesman, and he was saying like to they all shout Lino, and sometimes he doesn't even respond. But anyhow, he said, Lino, remember, that's 6 minutes added on, I've counted it. And the referee got annoyed, so gave him a yellow card, and then a minute and a half later gave him a red, so he had to go for the dugout bit, which is just a bit of like wall, like that, like a box shape, with a small tin roof on the top of it. And he had to go over the red barrier. Right, so when he went over the barrier, say that this is the there's when you go to the ground and you go up the steps bit and you go to like this tiny little bit of a bridge. If you stand on the bridge and you look that way, that's one main stand there, and then a wee bit of like a walkway, and then there's a wee like a clubhouse where you go up and you can watch the match up there through the windows. I don't know if you have to pay extra for that actually, but there is a hospitality thing, and it's £35, and that includes the free ticket, 2 free drinks, and a starter, main, and dessert. It's actually a really good deal when you really think about it. But because about £35 would be just that for one plane ticket for even a championship team in England, but anyway, or like a low team in the Premiership. But anyhow, so yesterday it was just very dramatic. The last like 25 minutes or 15 minutes, it was crazy. Because the defender. Greg Page kept on moaning, but well within his rights, because we were losing 1-0, then 2-0, and then 3-1. How we drew that game was beyond me. But anyway, he was complaining all the time, and he got a yellow card, and I really thought he was going to get sent off at one point. I think one of his players had to try and calm him down and say, stop moaning. But anyhow, he didn't get his sales sent off anyway, the manager did, but There was another incident as well, maybe about like 15 or 10 minutes to go, where one of our players ran to go and get the ball, and the ball was near the opposition dugout, and I think the guy would maybe give him the ball back or something, and there'd be shoving, pushing, altercation, and the referee had to come over and the fourth official, and the opposition manager got a yellow card. And there was another bit as well where I think when we scored to only be one goal down, which was 3-2, I think maybe Errol Douglas ran into the goal to retrieve the ball, but the goalkeeper wouldn't get it back, so he pushed him. But anyway, Errol Douglas is quite the tallest player in our team, shall we say, and he's the focal point up front, the striker, and he's the club captain now this season, but last season he wasn't. But anyway, he played so much better in fact, at the start of the season he played better, but for some reason recently, it must be injury or lack of form, but for 2 home games in a row he started on the bench when I went. In a cup game and in a league game. But anyway, his high standards this season have dropped. Well, his high standards ever since I started supporting him have dropped. And he's on the most recognisable striker, because no one else does it often enough like he does. But to be fair though, Christopher O'Kane, James Docherty, and Scott McCrory Ivering and Robert Hamilton, they chip in with the goals. Robert Hamilton, no, Robbo or Robbie. Oh, Robbie. Robbie Hamilton. Robbie. But for some reason, I think the engine that keeps the whole team ticking over is number 23, Kyle Bell. Never flashy, never skillful. Just like he's just good at getting the ball like for the defence when it's in the defence, and he drops deep, gets it, and then goes on the half turn, turns away for like the person that's nearest him, and then starts attacks all the time. When he's not in the team though, we did have a good balance. And Christopher O'Kane definitely either at the very start of the season or last season, because I think we did get him last season or towards the end of last season. He's a sort of player that wears his heart on his sleeve, like maybe not as the complete talent, but like constantly digs in and makes up for maybe not being as talented as some other players, and he'll really dig in like he's a fan favourite, someone that will put a shift in. And there was one time where he got the ball back, but he didn't have any rights to get it back, but he fought to get it back, cut it inside, and they scored, and they celebrated like that to the fans, like they really meant it. So he's a good guy to have in a battle. And Scott McCrory Ivering, which is a weird name because McCrory and then like dash Ivering, McCrory and then line and then Ivering, Irving. He's really good. And recently, in January, it must have been January actually, we got Neil Lennon's son, Gallagher Lennon. He had a really good game yesterday actually. It was quite good yesterday as well, when he was, say like he was there on the wing because he's a fullback. It would have been right back. He was right back yesterday. And when he gets the ball like that, he's good at just like putting it in front of himself a wee bit, and then faking to go one way and then go the other way. He was good at doing that yesterday. Needs to maybe get himself a little tiny bit more forward and try and take on a defender or two, but it does maybe take on one or two players and then either goes backwards and then goes back into position or tries to pass it through midfield, or a couple of times yesterday as well he would get past one player, go to like where the semicircle is, on line with it, and then try and pass it out that way, like right out, and then go back into position. He doesn't really go far too forward. Maybe that'll come with experience, because I think he's only 19 or 20. He's definitely 19 or 20. But I think he is 19. Anyway, he's one for the future. And then Sam Gormley, or Gormley, Gormley, but I think I would go on maybe at the start of last season, and for then to right now, he's been our best consistent player. I once said after the home game, or I said it like on a post, that since he's signed till now, he never ever panics on the ball, and if he doesn't see an option, he'll wait a wee bit, pass back to the goalkeeper, and give us time to settle. And when he's got a challenge, he doesn't like really go in there all guns blazing. He's very good at like being calm under pressure. Fair distance. He looks like Angry Ginge, the social media person. But him and Gallagher have both got ginger hair, but obviously Gallagher Lennon has got a lot more ginger. Sam Gormley, or Gormley, is like got a bit of darker ginger. I think he's number 21, but he's my favourite defender apart from Greg Page, because he's been there for the very start. In fact, Kyle Bell, Greg Page and Errol Douglas, and the goalkeeper, Robert, was it Robert? Oh my god. Robert Bob, I think. Oh. No, Watt, that's it, Watt. Bob Watt. But, they call him Bob because he's probably Scottish. Because Robert and Scottish is Bob. I don't know how though, because there's no two B's in Robert. But anyway, that's another story for a different day. But anyhow, he's always been a consistent good goalkeeper ever since I've been gone there. So he's been there since the very start. Kyle Bell, Greg Page and Errol Douglas, but Greg Page did have his brother there for a good wee while. Can't remember what his brother's name was, but when they two were playing with each other in defence, I think it was last season or the season before, one of them got into the team of the week, I think 3 times that season. Aye. But it's been an overall alright season, considering we're in that league for the first time. And the people at the ground are really friendly, like all the staff and that, when you go and show your season ticket. And the people that serve you food, pies and liquid-based beverages, etc. It's really good, and I'm so glad I've went. So glad I've enjoyed it. It's been brilliant. It's something to look forward to all the time. I just didn't really like it, as I said, when we have a midweek game when in the winter when it's cold, but I have been gone to quite a few of them, but maybe not as many as I should have. But anyway, and I've only ever been to one away game, which was a cup game somewhere, I think near outside Edinburgh or something. But we lost 1-0 that day, and then we played them again in the league. But Cumbernauld Colts were the team that we were playing yesterday, and what else? Celtic B and Hearts under 21s are in that league, but apparently because if they got any higher, they would end up meeting the normal, like the senior Celtic team. They can go up or down the league, or whatever. I don't know. It's no. It wouldn't be fair on all the other teams to take out a team to put another Celtic or Hearts team in it. But anyway, they two teams are not doing as good as I thought they would do this season. But the Lithgow Rose are doing good in that league, considering they won the league. No last season, but the season before. Aye. But they absolutely destroyed us 6-1. Aye, that was crazy. Glad I didn't go yet. I couldn't be bothered. I really wanted to, but I just could not be bothered. Aye, but I'm glad I didn't. Aye, but anyway, it's been brilliant though. Aye, still though, everything to do with football, no matter what level you go to, maybe apart from the entrance fee, like to buy a ticket or get a season ticket, especially if you do concession, it's cheap. It's definitely cheap if you get a concessions or a season ticket. It just works out a tiny little bit cheaper. Aye, but it works out a lot cheaper if you're a concession or old age pensioner. But anyway, as I was saying, that everything you do with football, apart from like the very lowest level, to get in is cheap, but to buy like a program, well, no, in fact, the programme is way too much. Aye, should just start doing digital ones, and you can download it for free. But anyway, as I was going to say there, that the football top that I'm wearing right now, I may as well show you. Don't know why I didn't. This was for last season. Last season. I think it was the only one they had, and I didn't care how much it was going to be. I just wanted to get it. Aye, it was the only one they had in a wee bag at the wee tiny table. Aye, I think that was in the summer last year when my uncle came to watch a match with me. It was a good day that day actually. I think Errol Douglas got 2 goals that day, and it was absolutely beautifully sunny. I met up with him at B&M, went to get some snacks, then went to a wee, I think it was 66 like Studio Cafe. Right, in the main street of Broxburn, and then walked all the way up to the ground for there. So I showed them around Broxburn and stuff like that. It was good. Hope one day, some of my other family members can come and watch Broxburn, because I've been doing to Formby, near Formby, to watch Marine FC, which is a Merseyside football team. Probably about the same sort of league, or maybe just a league higher than what Broxburn are. So it's Broxburn is probably England's equivalent to Marine, or maybe Marine are one place higher. But they're a lot more professional, because they get probably at least about 850 more fans coming every single week. They average probably at least maybe about 1,600 fans, and Broxburn averages between, I would say, maybe 250 and 350 each week. But the only time it will go above, say, maybe 300 is if it's a top of the table clash, if Broxburn are near the top, or if it's a midweek what was it? Lowland League Cup, like their version of the FA Cup trophy, maybe then, or if they get into the third round of the Scottish Cup. But recently though, it has been getting a lot more fans than it used to, like when I first started going there. But the most fans ever was when Broxburn Athletic got to the third round of the Scottish Cup. Oh God, who was it against? Falkirk? Anyway, it was a team that were top of the Scottish Championship, and it was managed by Scott Brown, that used to play for Hibs and Celtic in Scotland. and we got absolutely annihilated 7-0, either 7 or 8-0 that day. But I've got a badge on my jacket and a programme to remind me that day. It was quite a nice hot day that day. Aye, but that was crazy to see the stadium off full. But there was probably only at least that much gap in between the Broxburn fans and the away fans that day. Security had to come in, police. It was crazy. Stayed till the very bitter end though, because I wanted to remember the day even though we got absolutely hammered. But anyhow, the highlights say that are on YouTube. Well, all the Broxburn games, the highlights say their games are on YouTube. And there was someone filming that day, and me and Pig Twonk are on it. So we're on it twice. Aye, we're on it in the normal highlights that Broxburn do, and then we're on it because a guy filmed it and filmed the fans, and you can see me and Pig Twonk. Obviously, when you see me, if you watch it, the taller guy's the Pig Twonk. Right, but anyhow, I'm going to start maybe doing these every so often, these videos, just tell you a bit like what it's like to be a Broxburn fan. It's not too bad. It's a tiny little bit better than I thought it would be because, to be fair though, when I heard that Pig Twonk's son went, and then I thought, oh, I'll go along and just see what it's like. And I got hooked right away. And I thought, oh, it's another good thing to look forward to every weekend or every second weekend. But a week on Saturday, so 1 week and 6 days, Broxburn will play their last home game of the season, unfortunately. I think we've only got 3 more games overall, 2 away games and 1 home game. Anyway, this Saturday though they're away, but one of these days I would like to try and get to an away game. Aye, but anyhow, it's been fun. Aye, and it's something good to talk to people a bit. Especially when I go to England, like talk to my uncles and cousins that like football. So that's good. Aye, so anyway. Aye, it's a good team we've gone. Aye, it's a good setup for the league that they're in, I suppose. But apparently, according to Lawrence of Arabia and that if we were to win that league, but we're too far behind, so we're not going to win that league because there's not enough games left to catch up. We would have been staying in that league because the next league above us are staying just to meet the criteria for that that league. So I really hope that in the summer they try and create funds or put their own money into the club to get the stadium to meet criteria in case we ever eventually do move up a league, because we will one day. But anyway, right, that's it then. That was my review of Broxburn Athletic Football Club in Broxburn, West Lothian, Scotland. Bye. Bye. Bye.